Now, this show has had, in my view, probably a bit too much of Spud. I'll be honest, it's overbalanced Spud's way. He's I think he got on last night.
And Friday night, Spud has really taken off.
It was the first time, and he's got his eye in now, and he said, well, let's just make the whole thing about me today.
Give me some more time.
So we had Chris Judd on early, and now Spud said to me, JB, when they finish the quiz, just give me some more time. I want more.
No, this is a very worthy cause, JB.
Well, look, I know it is. So for McDonald's, of course, our marquee sponsor, and for the special edition Holden Commodore Storm, you're listening to Triple M Football, the Saturday Rub. Take over, Spud.
Well, as you know, we're doing a ride in November. It's called the Captain's Ride from Sydney to Byron Bay for the Steve Waugh Foundation. It's called the Captain's Ride, and we've got online former Australian skipper Steve Waugh. Are you there, Steve?
Yes, I am, boys. How you going?
Going well, mate. What's been going on this morning?
Oh, mate, the young bloke's been playing a bit of cricket out at Blacktown at the cricket centre out here, and I was on the M7 doing a bit of riding, mate, so I'm pretty knackered. I've just done about 2 hours on the bike.
Mate, Steve, you do an unbelievable amount of work for charity all around the world, it has to be said, and you've put your name to this, which is commendable. And when you put together a group of captains to ride alongside you, how'd you come up with Spud?
I was struggling for numbers, mate.
Now,
look, it's going to be good fun. You're right. There's people from cross sections of business, sport, people travelling from overseas. So it's a really good bunch, mate. But at the end of the day, we need people who are willing to get behind the cause and raise a few dollars and have a bit of fun and have a life experience.
Now, Steve, I was telling Damien Barrett about this ride a couple of weeks ago, and he sort of talks about a lot that he picked you up at the airport in his Commodore and drove you to the Herald Sun. Have you got any memories of this adventure with Damien Barrett?
Vague recollections of some sort of, I think, a dirty guy with glasses.
That sounds exactly right, Steve. That's the one. Do you want to enlighten us on it, Warrior, with Steve?
No, that's pretty much my memory of it too. I did have a nerdy set of glasses, which I still got, and I did drive him to the from the airport back to Sports Weekly, as it was at the time, Steve. You're writing a column, but
that's right.
I wouldn't expect you to remember that, because that wouldn't have been a part of your highlights package, I would have thought.
In the past, no, definitely a highlight, mate. I recall it.
Hey, Tugga, nice chatting to you, by the way. When I think of Spud and his bike riding, we always point out the fact that he's a real lycra-wearing wanker. You know, one of those weekend warriors that just looks like an absolute tool. He's got all the latest gear. He gets in the way of cars. Whereas you are far more grounded, far more normal. I haven't got you pictured the same way.
Unfortunately, mate, I've got to wear the lycra like everyone else, but I haven't shaved the legs down yet, so I haven't fully converted to a proper cyclist. But yeah, it's a bit of a different look, mate, getting the lycra on. So yeah, try and hide it as much as possible, getting on the bike. But yeah, look, it'll be good fun. There's 60 of us heading off, 920 k's over 6 days, so it's going to be a real test, mate. So I think after a couple of days, we're not going to be too worried about how we look.
That will be a test.
Yeah,
900 k's.
Very hilly too.
And Steve, I recall you speaking to the Richmond players during the time that Danny Frawley was coach. Did he regale you with some of his great motivational speeches while there?
No, mate, that was a while ago, actually. And I do recall that. They were a very young side, so I felt like a bit of a dinosaur. I think they were all 19, 20-year-olds, and they've obviously kicked on since that time and done really well. But no, it was a good experience.
Hey, Tugga, we're about to leave the footy season and head into cricket, of course, and our great interest is James Brayshaw, who's he takes off his footy shorts and he puts on the cricket whites and assumes a position in the Channel 9 commentary team. Now, there's some professional tension between him and Mark Nicholas. There's no question about that.
Don't tip into this,
are you aware of this, Tugga, and is it a subject of great debate?
I think they're probably both vying for the captain of the Julio side, mate.
Surely I've got him covered, Tug.
And you would have played. Did you play against JB?
Yeah, I did, mate. He was a very elegant number 3 batsman who we wanted to knock his head off every time he walked out the bat, but he was a pretty fine player, actually.
No. What was he like with the short ball, Tug? We know that you and Curtly Ambrose over in...
He said he'd make a donation to my charity if I did some good
stuff. That's it. Hey, speaking of which, before we let you go, Steve Smith taken over as the captain, which I think is a really good thing. But can you believe, Tugga, that a bloke who holds the bat the way he does and ends up hitting half the balls from a foot outside off stump can average in the mid-50s? He's a phenomenon, this bloke.
Yeah, look, amazing. I think the one thing I say about Steve Smith is I've never seen a bloke hit the gaps as well as he does. He rarely hits a fieldsman, so he's got an amazing ability to pierce the field, and he's going to be a great captain for Australia.
Hey, you're doing a great thing with this ride. Look after Spud for us. Spud.
It's going to be great fun.
to stop dagging out of his ass, Spud.
No, I will, but for all those listeners out there, get on the captain's ride and make sure you donate heavily for it. It's a great cause, children with rare diseases. So really looking forward to it and catching up with my old mate Steve in a 5 or 6 weeks.
Hey, Steve, thanks for that.
Thanks, boys.
Steve Waugh, legend of
He's
Australian
a
sport.
legend.
No
And
doubt.
what about JB? So we
Yeah.
had a bit of fun and
Yeah.
a few
Yeah.
footy and a bit of riding questions, and then he comes out with a, what about Steve Smith and the way he holds on that
Gary.
tug? What about the way,
Well,
can you
that
believe
was-
he holds
that? He's going to get that and bring it to Channel 9 to say, I've got Nico covered already, I'm already working on my cricket.
Early audition tape
No doubt about
for
it,
the
yes.
dots.
He described you well, Warrior. Nerdy little. I thought that was very good from Tugga.
But I must admit, I was listening intently. I'm not sure he really. It's a bit like Plugger. When Plugger didn't really know who I was, I'm not sure he knew who you were.
I'm pretty sure he didn't either.
No, I think you're right.
I think he's going.
No.
Yeah, no, Daddy, yeah, no, Spud, yeah, Daddy. I heard him in the back going, who is he? This one is from Shanzai, who is in the marketing and ad world. He's in the ad world.
yes.
He says to me, ask Spud if he is in negotiations to appear in an ad in which he will be required to dance.
Spud.
Spud, no.
Look at the face on Spud.
Are you currently
real?
in negotiation to dance
No.
in an ad? Spud, you've already had
ESP have. No, I don't think it's to dance. I said I won't be dancing. But
to dance in a Keno ad. I'm being
Spud,
told.
your
Spud.
face
you've been
gave it
speaking
away.
to someone at ESP
No,
then.
I swear on
Well,
my kid's life,
no,
it's
you-
not come from
Well,
anyone at ESP.
only 2 people know about
Well,
it.
I'm telling you, on my kids' lives have not come from ESP. So you're in negotiation to do a dancing.
I
role
don't think the
in-
dancing
Keno
comes
in an
into it.
ad.
I can be bored, as you know. I don't
Come
think it's
on.
dancing.
Oh, no. Spud.
Look,
Keno.
I've got to be
It's
careful of the
Keno?
brand. I've just got to work out with my brand manager. Does it suit me?
Is it,
brand?
and it's for Keno?
So the Mar's right.
Yeah, it could be.
Oh,
Spud dancing.
Nah,
Spud.
I don't. I'm not sure.
Spud, my mail is pretty spot on here, so don't try and play
No,
it down.
well-
What sort of dance moves have you got?
Yeah, what,
What would you
No.
bring to the table?
the twist or old
No,
style
nothing.
or
there's no dance
contemporary?
move. Just I'm a bar on the elbow on the bar man, me.
Well, this will be interesting. We'll look forward to that ad.
Who
Um,
does
sold
Warrior.
to you?
That'll go well for Keno.
All right, I'm off.
Are you going?
Jimmy.
Good luck.
Good luck, Jim.
Good luck, JB.
Come on, Kangas.
Come on, they can do it, mate.
Oh,
What are,
let's-
what are you
I can
doing?
win
You're
by
flying, you're flying in
Yes.
and
walking.
getting picked up by the car.
Surely me going up there will make a difference.
Where can we sit? Where are we going to see you clapping like a seal?
Are you going straight out the ground?
I'm getting screamed at by the producer.
Do you still
We've got
get
to
the
go.
escort from the
Shut
from
up,
the,
Purple,
from
I've
the
gotta go.
departure point through to your
For the
car?
Holden Commodore Storm, shut up, Purple,
Security
and for
escort.
McDonald's.